I'm glad you found me. Thanks for joining me tonight. Let's get out of the rain and get settled in and talk a little 1111 true crime with Mama D. Remember, everything I share with you is only my opinion. I don't always agree with the ones that call me, but I respect their own expressions and beliefs. Opinion, speculation, it's all a part of every investigation, but it's only possibilities and theories based on our thoughts and feelings and not considered fact. Welcome home. Let's get in where it's warm. I've got us a nice crackling fire waiting. I do not have a nice crackling fire. I have got us a moonlit, like, lake scene with a, like, could be ocean sea. But we're going to be talking about the hold on, you guys. I see my mic isn't very loud. Let me try this. Let me see if I can get it up there a little bit. This is that headless set that we bought, but I'm finding out it's really not long enough for my face. Like it's got a non-detachable mic and it doesn't want to reach. Anyway, welcome to 1111 True Crime. I am very upset because I think we're reaching an all-time low in children's missing cases. But before we get on to the serious crap, the circus, I want to bring in Jenny Bill. I want to say thank you incredibly much for gifting 5 memberships. Let's see who got those memberships. Wild Man's Mom, Gemini 65, Ruth D, Miss Tina, and Candy Rapper. Hello and welcome to my beautiful all-star panel. Thank you, Jenny. Thank you, Jenny Bill. I appreciate you so much. You are either watching the live with me and I'll be, talking with you and giving you a shout out so that you can share your words, your thoughts on this Sebastian Rogers case, which just take a deep breath. Woo-saw, woo-saw. We're not going to lose our crap, right? We're going to try to keep it civil. Um, I did not get that letter. Thank God, because I would be calling my lawyer like right now. But if you are watching replay, I want to thank you as well because you all help get the word out there, get the videos out there, and our family is growing so incredibly fast. I want to say thank you. Thank you so much. We have a full board here. We're only missing 2 of our mods tonight, which is Born Pack Rat and our beautiful Joyful Dolphin. And both probably have something going on. We've got our Jenny Bill, Mr. Ifs Wildfire, Sassy, and Jennifer Swain tonight. I hope I didn't miss anybody. I don't think I did. I want to say hello to all of you and thank you for joining me. Now, I want to talk to you about this whole cease and desist. What? You guys, I thought it would never happen. I thought we would never see the likes of Dawn and Candace Wells topped for shenanigans. But I stand absolutely corrected. So everybody got mad at me because I was like, I'm gonna bring it up. I still feel weird about a 22, 23-year-old man with a 13 or 14-year-old girl. To me, I know there's a lot of people in the old days that got married and had beautiful 50, 75-year marriage, and that was the thing back then. But when I brought it up, I kept saying, I don't know about this. I don't know about this. And I'm not saying, I guess I am saying, to me, it's a judge of character. It's a judge of character because I feel like a 14-year-old girl is still, I mean, that's where we get into a big problem nowadays is when you have males that think it's okay from a society standpoint to be completely in college and start dating an 8th grader or even a 7th grader or a 6th grader. You really understand me? College level people dating 6th, 7th, and 8th graders? Y'all, I don't come from that world. And so now I began to question, I don't know about you guys, but how do we know that Seth was at work on camera? Have you seen the footage? How do we know that there wasn't some planned fishing trip as a secret to go catfishing at night or something? And this has been a money grab from day one. Who puts a cease and desist order on like Chloe, who's searching for Sebastian? Who does that? Amy Conway, good evening to you. You say good evening, Mama D from Costa Rica, eating chicken Alfredo homemade. Oh, that sounds incredibly delicious. Good evening, Debbie Clark. Hello, Linda Hall. Hey, Rose Hyde. Hello, hello. Jenny Bell's like, I missed something. Okay, thank you. Thank you for bringing this up. I mean, I lost my mind, so it's hard for me to put my head around it. Here we go. T-Rev 757, my little brother. Okay? Not by blood, but by soul. My soul brother got a cease and desist, I believe. If he didn't, somebody he knows did. JLR got one in an email, he said, but it was from Robin, the grandmother on Seth's mom. So he was like, that doesn't even count. Chloe, the PI, got a cease and desist letter. And a bunch of other people. There's like a long list of cease and desist. And what is being said is that you can't say Seth's name or Sebastian's name. I think you can't refer to Robin. I don't know. But they are literally saying, so a cease and desist letter is basically accusing someone and saying, I'm sending you this letter. I think I got it pretty good from what JLR was sharing. I'm sending you this letter because I believe you're breaking the law. And I'm telling you to stop. Cease, as in stop. And desist, as in don't do anymore. Because a cease and desist letter is basically one step away from going to court and getting it finalized. Karen, Texas says a judge has to sign for a cease and desist to be valid. See, and I'm wondering because I was reading what JLR was sharing, and it was all, it was, whoops, didn't mean to do that. Please don't say other channels' names unless you know I'm okay with it. There are some channels that I feel are very rude, and I do not support that rude behavior. I don't like it when they play my videos and make fun of me, and I'm not going to support them. So, ain't got a clue is not to be said in my chat. After I went over there with my own eyes and watched them talk about me, no. Uh-uh. It's sad that I have to put my gloves on before I get online if I'm going to cover Sebastian Rogers. Right, right. Sharon, you got it. Let me get down to where you are. Where are you? Because it's not showing. Let me clear it and let it reset. There it is. JLR. Okay, so Sharon is saying JLR said his lawyer, meaning Seth, is a divorce attorney. Now, I don't think a cease and desist letter can be sent by email, but I am not a lawyer. I'm a mom. But I do have a little bit of understanding of how you would have to have proof that the person received the letter for it to even be valid. And unless you have an email return system, that could be shown in court that somebody received it, I think you're screwed to send it in the mail. But JLR went into detail about how sometimes after a cease and desist letter is sent out, if the person doesn't cease and desist and then it gets in, and then the person wants to take them to court, they'll settle out of court for X dollar amount. And I was like, oh, so you think you got some dumb YouTubers that are going to fall for this fake, in my opinion, cease and desist, and then they're going to keep talking, and then you're going to have them think that they have to go to court or pay you. And I'm like, this is so nasty. What do you guys feel? And Orlando says yes, because his paralegal wrote it. We know that. Yes, I'd agree with Karen. A judge had to sign it. Registered mail too. Okay, we're back. Well, you guys, that little headset quit. It just literally quit. I don't know if it has to charge a lot longer, but it gave me the little lump and it quit. And I had used it for what? 10 minutes? I'm like, what? I may send those back. A fatal paper cut. Hello and welcome back. You said 2 seconds of Google. Assist a cease and desist letter merely creates a written record that you have requested that some action stop. There's no requirement that it is signed by an attorney or a judge. Ah, well, that cleared that up. Do you have to have proof in a court of law that they received the letter? Yes. I'm just saying. I could email 100 people and go to court and bring them all in, be like, okay, I emailed all these people. And if they don't show up for court, well, I'm out of luck. I'm just saying. Yep, Debbie Clark says he wants 500 to go to a creator's channel up front. I want you to pay me to talk about my missing child. I have never been so disgusted in my entire life. I want you to pay me $500 to talk about my missing child. Oh, please, please don't ever talk about another creator and put negative anything, even if it's about somebody else saying negative, because then I show it and I feel bad for that creator. A.R. Hayes is a really good guy. His wife is really wonderful. They have a great channel on a convict's thoughts. Please check him out. That's why it's certified. Nope. Nope. Certified only means someone. Oh, yeah, yeah. You would need it registered if you want the person's signature that they got it. If it's certified, and I know this 100%. If it's certified, it can be anybody registered to the mailbox. If it's registered, the person that it is addressed to has to sign for it. Carolyn Miller says, I was a business owner who served 60 cease and desist letters. If they failed to comply, then you lawsuit in the court. Then you have, I think, Jennifer Swain, extortion. I'm just saying, if you don't pay me $500, I'm not going to come on your show and talk about my missing kid, but I'll send you a cease and desist order if you talk about my kid. What? I'm with you, Linda. What is wrong with him? All right, you guys, I have to talk to you about this. Could there really be a setup here? Could there be an actual setup? It was almost like from the get-go, the entire thing was really worked out weird. Like, we're going to give you a house where all the doors are locked. There no scent leaving the house, the whole 9 yards, but the kid went there. So it's kind of like the whole thing is off. Jenny says, I always thought he was off, in my opinion. It has to be followed by a court order, says Karen, Texas. Lori says AR is absolutely fantastic, and I only talk about creators in a positive way, or I don't want to talk about them. That's how I feel. If you can't say something nice about them, let's just not talk about them. And I don't always like every show, but I generally like the person that does the show. It was always the Seth show. He stated it. It's always his team. He never said Sebastian's team. It was always his team. I'm asking that too, Carolyn Miller. It's possible it was some kind of setup yet to be proved, in my opinion. I'm asking, what do you guys feel? I mean, is stuff being staged? And Orlando says he doesn't want to go to work anymore. He doesn't want anyone making money. This is sad. So no one's going to help look for your son anymore. Is Sebastian really missing or not? Hmm. That is a great question. Hey, Karen, Texas. Well, thank you, sweetheart. She says, Mama D, you are the best. I think you guys are cool. I really do. Lavencia, I hope I said that right. Lavencia Jean. I personally feel as though they know where Sebastian is and don't want the attention, nor do they want him found either way. How did they know? Okay, there's two accounts that I don't get. How did Seth's family know to set up a GoFundMe so quickly? Within what, 48 hours, something like that? Allegedly, to the best of my knowledge. How did he know how to do that? And then, when it's just a day or so after Sebastian goes, a couple days after Sebastian goes missing, Chris is on the phone with Nina, and Nina claimed something to the effects that Chris told her because he wouldn't be able to make it to court hearing because Sebastian's missing. How did he know Sebastian wasn't going to be found? In both cases, how did Seth or Chris know that they needed a GoFundMe or that they wouldn't be at court? I, I, I'm not understanding how they were that psychic. Snowflake's Nightmare says, oh, I'm going to say how many times has Seth specifically stated that he would be dropped off at a gas station with no cameras, and then he's going to call Seth, and he's finally the hero of the story. Now that's what I'm starting to wonder, you guys. I am really starting to wonder. Samar says, I thought it when the cease and desist started coming out, they need to cut the attention. Uh huh. I think all three are involved for dollars, in my opinion. Kayla Miller says Seth Rogers is not a business entity. He have to file with the state of Tennessee, and I doubt he has. Willow's mom says, who was the first parent to get a YouTube creator involved? Serious question. I thought it was the Proudfoots, but been told otherwise. Now, I do want to throw this out there. For T-Reb 757, I tried to tell you this. I try to tell all creators this, but a lot of people don't believe me. This is why I never get personally involved with anyone that could be a suspect because they were with the victim or around the victim or parent of the victim. I'm not going to get involved with them. Never. Of a child, right? Or a significant other. I won't be having dinner with them. I won't be doing interviews with them. That's not my style. And it's because I learned from the Avery case, Stephen Avery case. I watched creators buddy up to the Averys. And then when it started looking really bad about Bobby Dassey, none of them wanted to point the finger. Why? Because Bobby Dassey was their family and they had made friends with the family. And so they could not be unbiased. They literally had put their own skin in the game and they could not stay objective. And when you lose your objectivity as a journalist or whatever you want to call yourself, you really have no value because you are going to absolutely not be able to change if the evidence becomes different and points you in a different direction. Like, let's say it would have pointed toward the Avery family, and the evidence does point to Bobby Dassey. Now, a lot of those groups broke up and went on their way, and their channel didn't make it because they became so close to the prime suspects. So that kind of fame, when you get really buddy-buddy, that kind of fame is short-lived, very short-lived. You want to build your channel on ethics and trying to keep your mind open so that even if you have pitched 19 seconds and that it's a rug cartel with brats that may have taken out 4 innocent lives, if all of a sudden you start realizing that the dog had to be loved in that case and is still alive when 4 humans are killed, you may have to redirect your attention. And you have to leave yourself open to be able to do that. And you can't always say I was right. Sometimes you got to do like I do and say I was wrong. Hello, opinionated. You say none of these parents is the sharpest tool in the shed. 'Cause they ain't the sharpest tool in the shed. Passion flower, amen. This was planned. Planned. Blackout. Planned. What really points to me in a very concerned place is that everybody that was good for Sebastian, that was actually making headway, including creators, PIs, searchers, all of us have been harassed. I won't tell you how I'm harassed, but I assure you, I've been every time I do a Sebastian Rogers video, I know that I'm working for free. That's all I'm going to tell you. None of my other videos are affected. Only Sebastian Rogers, and it's been that way forever. Doesn't matter, I'm still going to cover him. But it does tell me that people are targeting those that talk about Sebastian Rogers. Jennifer Swain says, yes, Mama D, when the evidence points in another direction, you have to follow it. I think prosecutors get stuck with tunnel vision and innocent people are destroyed. I agree. I absolutely agree. I try to keep my mind open, in case something changes. Snowflake's Nightmare says, also, I think godparents should be looked at. Seth worked overnight, but he has a lunch junior. Work is 45 minutes from Sebastian. Godparents live closer. He was back on time from lunch hour or late. I don't know what you're saying on that last part, sweetheart. Sorry. Carolyn Miller says, Patty, her story years back gave her notoriety. Snowflake's Nightmare says Seth hasn't used any of the money. and billboards are searching or anything to look for Sebastian. Like he said, that's to pay his bills, and apparently gas is really expensive. Yeah, he claimed that yeah. hmm And I'm not sure who godparents are. Are you talking grandparents? I'm not sure what you're saying. Did I miss something? Hold on. Hmm. Oh, I did miss something. Thank you, Jenny, for your gift. Where? I don't know. I missed something. I do feel like this case, I'll be honest, it is at a dead end. I honestly feel like there's nothing to go on. We're being told not to talk about it, not to show his face. I'm going to show his face, and I'm still going to keep that TBI poster out there. But I have to ask you guys because you know where my mind goes different places. This is not the only case with a um, cease and desist letter being sent out. Micah Miller case is also people working on that are receiving that too. And so it really is starting to look like our freedom of speech is being challenged. And that is a big, huge concern. That's a huge concern because the day that our opinions are no longer allowed to be expressed, we have broke our Constitution and we have forfeited our constitutional rights. Our First Amendment is freedom of speech. And though it doesn't give us the right to use fighting words or anything of that nature, it does give us the right to express our feelings, to express our thoughts, to express our opinions. And so when somebody starts sending out these letters that we can't cover a missing child, are you freaking kidding me? So a person that would do that is the most suspicious, more suspicious than the person with the kid when the kid goes missing, in my humble opinion. Because they're proving motive. It wouldn't be motive, in my opinion, if there wasn't an engagement requiring $500 to be able to talk about this child with the parent. But since that's the requirement, a $500 payment to talk about his missing child, or you get hit with the is that extortion? Is that threatening my First Amendment right? Your First Amendment right? That's right. Carolyn Miller says we also have freedom of press, and YouTube is press in video form. I absolutely agree. So we may have to, this is going to bring us YouTube true crimers back on the same page. I guarantee it. I'm just saying. We will all bond together as a true crime community with our listeners and protect our rights to express our opinion. And I say, in my opinion, all the dang time. And so do you. But now you get where I've been coming from. I'm not just trying to be a nitpicky person. That's why when I read your comments, I say, in my opinion. Anna Orlando said, there's so many children that go missing every day. Only the lucky ones get TV news time, while others get no coverage. They went on YouTube, and this is what happens. Well, and we are going to be covering, at least beginning the case of Syrea, which, you guys, if you've been watching JLR, he's doing a great job on it. He's already got me hooked. I want to know where this baby is. 2-year-old little girl. We talked about it last night for a few minutes. And the situation is that the mother let the dad of the 2-year-old take her, and he was allegedly going to Montana for a fishing trip, and poop, gone. And he's got his little fiance with him, is what it sounds like to me, to the best of my knowledge. And the last I heard from JLR is they were headed to Mexico, which I have questions. I have questions on. I'm not so sure that's a bad thing. I'm wondering if the child is somehow thought to be in danger and the dad is reacting in a, like, I'll protect my child at all costs. I don't know. I want to talk about it. I want to know what you guys feel tomorrow. So we'll get on that. A fatal paper cut says 100 plus days. And there's nothing really to be gained from talking to Seth anyway. Pretty rich for Tony to assume people want to pay. Exactly. Truth for us, interviewer $500. Does he provide a list of questions with that? Oh. Snowflake's Nightmare Joe, Seth and his mama Robin. Jennifer Swain says, if it is your opinion, we have the constitutional right to express it. Amen. That's why I said, oh, we get together. They do not want to mess with all us YouTubers. I'll tell you. Think about it. Between all of us, if we went with a class action, I bet you the judge would be like, yes, you can talk about a missing child. Now, let's talk to the dad here. You know what I'm saying? You could be right, Kay Bickery. I think the creators who have been served have been selected based on a very specific criteria. And you may be right. I never got one. But I'm being targeted in a completely different way. I'll just be honest. It was a couple months ago. Well, what would it have been? It's at least been 6 weeks. 4 to 6 weeks. I won't say at least 6 weeks. It's either been no, it's longer than a month. I'm gonna stick with my first answer. 6 weeks. I get a strike from YouTube every single Sebastian Rogers video I do. Even if it's Collins, it doesn't matter. Then I ask for a human review. Okay. 3 to 4 days after it's already got all its views and it didn't, nothing happened there. Then I'm released from the hold. So what I'm saying is you better not be seeing ads on these, because I've been being told there were ads on them. Now, after the first 4 days, I'd say, then there should be ads on them, because I am a monetized channel. Doesn't matter what I talk about. I monetize it all because I'm a true crime channel, and I'm not going to treat Summer Wells different than I am Sebastian Rogers or anybody else. And my people, my 1111 family doesn't pay. You don't pay as a viewer. The advertisers pay. It's part of YouTube. Okay? But it didn't stop me from doing my theories or working on trying to, get his name out there. I literally gave up because there was nothing more to talk about but drama. And I'm like, I wasn't going to do it. But when I get to this, I'm like, oh, cease and desist? Uh-huh. We're going to see how that gets you, how far that gets you. Vivian P says, I can't see Seth going up and doing any interviews. He can't explain this behavior logically. He looks like an idiot, in my opinion. I don't think he's guilty of harming his son, but not a good look, in my opinion. Anna says, Seth complained that his rent went up to $500 a month. Now he wants $500 in an interview. Who only pays $500 a month for rent? Where do you find a house like that? I'm not saying anything against Seth. I'm saying, whoa, that's crazy. That's crazy. Like most people's rent in my area is like $1,200, $900. Well, that'd be cheap even. Kayla Miller says most people don't know this. On average, each link and click is valued at about $1 internet real estate. Oh, heck no. Try more, like 1,000 views. 1,000 views gets us anywhere from $2 to maybe 6 or 7 if we're up there and been doing it on a consistent, because it all works on a bid system. And if you're like me, where you do a video here and there, and my bid system's lower, advertisers aren't going to bid on anything that isn't going to be like, well, like big time. They're going to bid on the big time channels is where they're going to pay for it. But yeah, $2 to $5, somewhere in there. Highest I've seen, I believe, is $7, and that was when it was, I don't know, I wasn't even monetized during Gabby Petito at all. I think I saw $7 when I was doing tarot. And I'm just saying, that was like one time. Aw, Jennifer Swain, thank you. You just gave us $50 super chat. I love it. Thank you, darling. You say, Mama D, we have your back and won't stop ever exercising my constitutional rights, expressing my opinions. March on. That's right. Absolutely right. That's why I did it. I didn't want in the drama, but I'm here to back my fellow YouTube creators to say they have a right to express their opinion. I'm coming out and saying I stand with my fellow YouTube creators, even if I don't care for their channel. Okay? I'm standing with any YouTube creator has a right to express their opinion. It truly is the truth. Sherry Harper says my apartment is 1,400. I'm just saying. Maybe military home? Could be right, Debbie. I don't know. Annie, I didn't just get one strike. These were strikes that just basically said your video is not going to be pushed out. We're not going to monetize it. It's basically floating out there, and if somebody Googles it, they'll find it, or if they know to look for it, they'll find it. And that would happen instantly, and it'll happen again today, most likely, where it puts a black X over the entire part. Then I go in and I have to file an appeal. And that can be up to 1 week before you hear back. Well, the video's dead water within 3 days. And so it's usually about 2 to 3 or 4 days before the human is able to get to it on YouTube. And then they put it back in the green and the mark is removed so it doesn't affect your channel. But the damage got done, right? Because you basically, if you're covering the Sebastian Rogers case for the entire month and nothing else, you didn't make no money except for if you got super chats or something. And I'll be honest, I can't work for free. I am a single mom of an autistic child. He has special needs. And even though he is going to be 20 years old, he is still like a 14-year-old. And so this has been a blessing to me. And I'm not saying I want to make money off kids. That's not it. I cover all kinds of cases. But I will say this. I still covered the Sebastian Rogers case and never let anybody know that was going on behind the scenes because I wasn't going to give them the satisfaction to know what they were doing was working. It was working. I wasn't, whatever. And I was still going to cover Sebastian Rogers, so I just kept pushing. I kept it quiet. Candy Rapper 420 is this case is cray cray. I agree. Anna says my Instagram account was taken down. They didn't like my comment. I had another account in 5 minutes. I'm going to comment. I feel you. I don't think we should have to not talk about people. This child is missing. He's only 15 years old. He's from Hendersonville, Tennessee. Why are we not supposed to talk about him? And why should we pay somebody to talk about their missing son? Vivian P says, I believe LE is putting these pieces together. CP and KP have told too many conflicting statements. And I think Seth is starting to look sus. Sus to us. Is Joyful here? Well, hello, Joyful Lovely. Good to see you. We need Born Pack Rat. I think we got everybody. That would be so cool. Anna Orlando says, Tennessee, I know, please. I'm in one bedroom now. I'm an empty nester. I pay $1,700 a month. Maybe I'll move to Tennessee. Candy Ripper says, in my personal opinion, thank you, love, I think it's kind of crazy that, the only person that really wanted to find Sebastian is now sending out cease and desist letters. What is wrong with this picture? I think we could even back up and wonder why Seth consistently would say that he felt, and I've heard him say it a number of times, and our poster, whoever shared it earlier, made a great point. He has said over and over that he thinks somebody's going to drop his son off at a gas station where there are no cameras. Remember, he even went to the park where there was no cameras for the JLR interview, and he was insisting somebody was going to drop his kid off? That's strange. Why are you tied to that narrative? That's weird. Maybe just to me. What do you guys think? Am I stretching? Kayla Miller says, Mama, you have a great communication skills. You work hard and deserve the very best. Well, thank you, Carolyn Miller. I try my very best, that's for sure. Aw, thank you, Debbie Clark. You are the tops, Mama D. Well, thank you, love. Other creators steal content? I don't know if anybody can steal content. Like, I've never been one to be like, oh, they went and made a video on the same thing I did. Because really, if I make a video, I want that information out there, regardless if it comes from my channel or not. That's how I feel. I'm trying to spread awareness. And so there's no like my content to this to me. I have no ownership of it, if you will. The only way I don't like it is if somebody goes and plays my video all the way through on their channel. That, to me, you should have watched a good portion, the part you wanted, and then sent the person over to my channel to view it. That's what I do for others. Like, I didn't play all of Chronicle of Olivia's video. I played, like, half of it, and then I'm like, all right, you guys, now go over and watch her on that chat. You know what I'm saying? I just feel it's not right to make somebody else's content your content. To me, that is infringing. But it isn't illegal. Candy Rapper says, I think Seth got exactly what he wanted out of it. Money. A lot of people are feeling this, you guys. Debbie Clark makes me wonder if Seth was being extorted or did he need to pay off someone? Jenny Bell says, that's like plagiarism. Right. Truth for us, I love how creators are sharing bits and pieces of videos and giving them credit. That's what should be happening. That's what should be happening. You know, like if I see something on T-Revs or JLR or even like allegedly Britney, any of these shows, I always try, or Smiley's World, right? I always try to say the name of the channel, the Pascal show, and show little bits of it and then tell them, here's a link, go watch it. And that way it's like, it's a benefit for that creator that I'm sharing their stuff. I'm not giving away, what do you call that? I can't think of what you do when you tell somebody the punchline of the joke. Spoiler alert. You're not giving the whole egg to somebody. Linda Timmons, I'm going to ask you the same question. She wants to know, and I want to know. Because this whole thing is beyond Think about it. If you really wanted to find your son, would you fire your PIs? If you really wanted to find your son, would you be running off great creators that are literally boots on the ground for you, that are working their butt off for free? Huh? If you were really wanting to find your son, would you have had time for all these interviews to roll your shoulder over and over and over instead of looking for your kid? Because I haven't, what, he looked for a couple weeks, but what? I'm just asking a lot of questions, right? Jenny Bell says, you always give credits. Fair is fair. That's right. That's right. Truth for Us says, remember years ago, bites when creators shared. Yeah, I know. I never went with that. I always said it should be like, especially in our business. If one creator's like, you know what? I think this is what happened, and you're like, ooh, that sounds right. Why wouldn't you go talk about it and give that person credit for the idea? And then you're both getting views. It just makes more sense to me. Joyful Dolphin says, I see a turtle. Okay. Uh, Alicia RN said, that's because you're so sweet. Thank you, lovely. And oh so respectful. I don't talk much, but I'm usually in the room watching. I adore your channel and your voice is so relaxing. Thank you, sweetheart. Thank you. You guys are so cute. Molly Girl says, I've seen a lot of people online bashing Seth. I don't blame him from sending the letters. Y'all, I don't know how to tell you this, but if you're so worried about what other people think about you when your son is missing, then you're fueling the fire because that is the last place my mind would be. Okay, I'm going to play this scenario out with you. This is even if my dog was missing. All right? Y'all know I love my dogs. I got Jack and I got Lucky. So Jack's in Mississippi or Lucky Star. Let's say one of them went missing. There would not be a time, even if y'all went nuts on the internet and if people made up horrific lies that I was selling my shoes on eBay for $1 million. I don't know, make up some horrific story, whatever you want. Until my dog is found, or I literally run out of energy trying to find my dog, I'm not going to type a dang thing to you because you are not my focus. I'm not going to be getting no lawyer to tell you to be quiet. I'm not going to be doing nothing but looking for my damn dog. Period. Night, day, rain, or shine. If it's lightning out, I might go in and wait for a minute. So please, I'm not about to give anybody, any parents, this has been a lesson for me. I am never, ever, ever going to root for a parent again. I am only rooting for the child. All parents are sus to me. I'm just saying, your kid's gone missing, you are suspect to me, in my humble opinion. And I want to know, who has seen the video of Seth on camera at work? The next, her neighbors told her dog. I don't even know what, Joyful honey, I don't even know what you're talking about tonight. Are you okay? My girl says he is grieving. Chill out. Have some compassion. He's dealing with a lot. Y'all don't know what this is like. No, I don't know what it's like to have a missing child. I do know what it's like to lose a child. I absolutely do know what it's like to lose a child. 4-year-old Chelsea Rose. And I wanted to tear her into shreds, the mother that didn't get her ass out of bed and take care of her 4-year-old little girl. And there was a lot of rumors in this town. And there was a lot of talking smack in this town. I never once took the time to defend myself because I was too busy emotionally breaking down in my bedroom, because I didn't have the time left to search for a child because she was gone off this planet. So, no, if you're not looking for your child, but you're bitching about it, you don't get a pass. If he's grieving, get out and find your kid. Quit worrying about what everybody else is talking about. This isn't a popularity contest. This isn't about a money grab. This isn't about a YouTube thing. This is about Sebastian Rogers, who is 15 years old, who had no damn shoes on, unless somebody met him in the dark and gave him a pair of shoes and said, come on, we're going nighttime fishing. That could have happened. We don't know. But I am not going to give no passes. Hell no to the no. Try to take away my and everybody else's rights to discuss a missing child? No, you don't get a pass. I agree, Jenny. This is crap. I will not give anybody a pass that is worried about what people are saying when their kid's missing. No more than I gave anybody a pass that was coming at me going, you need to be nice to Roberta Laundrie and not talk smack about her, because when it's proven she's innocent, you're going to have to apologize publicly. Yeah, okay. No. I knew I was going to get... Oh, you were just agreeing with me? Thank you, lovely. Seth has been looking for months. Y'all are being so insensitive. He hasn't been looking for months. Go talk to T-Rev 757. Ask him. I'm not. I'm out of it. I'm done with that. No. You gonna get all about telling us we can't talk about your missing kid unless we give you money, $500, and I'm supposed to give you a pass because you're grieving? No, y'all. Oh Lord, I gotta put the fan on. I'm literally boiling mad right now. I'm so sorry. I'm a redhead. That kind of tell me to shut my mouth and take away my ability to talk about a missing kid? Tell me no, I can't unless I give you money? That's extortion, in my humble opinion. Yeah, Laundrie is crap. Roberta Laundrie is such a horrible human, in my opinion, because she literally DM'd like 6 to 10 of us YouTubers, me included, pretending to be Gabby Petito, that she is on her way into a hospital. Thank you for your help, but I'm getting help, and please be kind to the Laundrie family. And I had people online telling me to take it easy on the Laundrie family. I don't know what they're going through. I'm like, I'm going to go puke in a garbage can. Jenny Bell. Redhead, I'm Irish. I'm just saying. That's right. We are going to keep talking. And Sebastian is one of those kind of kids that is highly functioning, can play chess much smarter than they ever led us to believe. All these weird little conversations that the father claims to have had. You need to clean your room if you want to go swimming. Well, we did this all day and we did that all day, and he just played in his room. And then later he came to me, are we going swimming? Well, it's a little late. You didn't clean your room. It sounded like he was playing this perfect parent. But yet we're reading court reports where this child, his name is appearing from all family, all parents in a CPS report. And the grandma's like, he told me all this stuff, that I didn't tell anybody because I didn't want to upset my grandson. And he was protecting his dad. What was he protecting his dad? How was Sebastian, according to Robin, protecting his dad? What was Sebastian about to tell that might have cost his dad his job? Has anybody asked that question? You want to tell me to shut my mouth? Go ahead, send me a letter. Yeah, my email, if you want to send me a letter, is rubberducky2005@yahoo.com. Send it. I got a lawyer right down the street from me. I've known her for about 25 years. I'll run it by her. And then I'm going to get a hold of every other YouTuber on here, including JLR. And we're going to come back at you with one lawyer, one voice. Tell us to shut our mouths talking about a missing kid. What the hell is wrong with you people out there? Even coming up with such a strategy. And then to put the cherry on the top of the shit cake, we're going to have to pay you to talk about him? God have mercy. This world is upside down and ass backwards. I am absolutely on fire hot. I'm sorry if I've lost my temper. All day I've been steaming. Alicia RN says, I might not know what it is like to lose a child, but by gall, I know what it feels like to love a child. I'll tell you one effing thing. I wouldn't care about what YouTube creators have to say. Amen. Amen. I agree. It pissed me off too, Alicia. It pissed me off too. No worries. JC says, I wish we could get that confirmed somehow that Seth wants money for interviews. Do we know where that info is originating? That's a good question, JC. It's all alleged. It's all alleged. And Orlando says CP treated Sebastian as if he didn't have autism. He was hard on him. I heard others on Sebastian's birthday party talk to him like SHIT. Everyone failed him. Amen. That's the truth. Debbie Clark says, yes, Jennifer, justice for Sebastian Wayne Drake Rogers. Sebastian Rogers, strong army. Amen. I'm okay. I literally think my blood pressure went up because I'm dripping in sweat. Like my hair is wet. It was already warm up here to start with, but it wasn't causing me to sweat. But I got so mad, I'm like wringing wet. Jenny Bill is fire is in us. That's true. That's according to Tony Mathis. I'm going to call him Tony Mattress. Cherry on a shit cake. That's how it feels. Why did we hold that someone needs to have a personal conversation with Seth? I think he's been painted into a corner by someone giving him bad ideas. At Mama D. Thank you, the Canadian cat lady. Let me show that. Oh, I can't. I don't know. It wouldn't let me show it. Nope, can't do it. Sorry. Lani says, I agree with you, Mama D, on the difference of age on a male and female. It vice versa. It works both ways, and a child is a child. I'm telling you right now, if a 22-year-old man is trying to date a 6th, 7th, or 8th grader, 12, 13, or 14, 22-year-old man, 6th, 7th, or 8th grader, that is a reason for concern. It is. It is. Carrie Starr says the demand for the 500 to talk about Seth or Sebastian is in the actual cease and desist letters. One of them posted it. Oh my golly. Alicia RN, who claims to spend $25,000 on gas, raising money for his living expenses. I say, since you're not searching for your son, you should get off your big ASS and work like the rest of us. Amen. The Canadian cat lady, aren't we supposed to talk about Sebastian and where he could possibly be? Not conversations about Seth. We should be talking about Katie, who was the last person with him, and she was responsible, in my opinion. Well, the title And my thumbnail is about no, this is about Sebastian, but this is also about Micah Miller. This is about anybody that's trying to shut us up about us not sharing our opinion. And my opinion is, I feel that all the parents in the Sebastian's case look suspicious now because of their actions and their words. Their words, their action, their body language, everything they're doing and saying. It's like somebody wrote a really bad book, and I'm like, how are they going to wrap up all these details to find the kid? If this was some sort of a scam, they are so far in over their head. Jacqueline says Seth was in ATS's chat last night, wouldn't answer any questions. Anna says, call it what it really is, a young child with a grown man. There's a name for that. I'm going to add pedo. Canine Watcher, I'm late to the show, Mama D. If it was planned, what's the end game here? It has to be given that Sebastian will not be returning to any of them. So then what? I don't know, lovely. I didn't set the plan up. So I don't know what the end game is. My end game would be just like yours and everybody else's, and that is to get a hold of Sebastian and get him to safety if he is alive. That's, our end game. If I had to speculate, I would wonder one of two things. I would wonder if this child passed away accidentally. I guess a couple things. I wonder if the child passed away. No, I don't wonder if the child passed away accidentally. It's either premeditated, in my humble opinion, or a scam. That's my gut. That's my solid gut. I feel solid in that. Premeditated or a complete scam. That's just my opinion. Teresa Woods screaming, Sebastian, what? Truth Breath says Seth came into a creator's room and the creator immediately blocked him. I'm just saying, don't come in my room. I ain't doing it. Vivian P says this money grab is failing terrible. Insane. Debbie Clark says, I am sorry, everyone. I do not do TikTok. I think it should be banned, and the bill was to be passed. I don't really like TikTok either. That's right, Anna. We do. Our First Amendment is the freedom of speech, our constitutional right. Good point. Janine says he has already been paid $25,000. What more does he want? Good grief. WTH. The Canadian cat lady says, yes, sorry about the thumbnail, Mama D. I will stick to the... You don't have to stick... No, love. There is no sticking to a topic, sweetheart. You can talk about anything you want. I try to stick somewhat to the topic, but don't do it all the time either. I'm just saying why we are talking about the cease and desist notion is because of freedom of speech and all this, and because it is my thumbnail and my title is why we are talking about it. Jennifer Finley says, in my opinion, it's a scam. Been thinking this now for a couple months for dollars. You're not alone in thinking that. We all need to be, oh, thank you, Teresa. I wasn't sure. You said what I meant was we all need to be screaming for Sebastian. I agree. Kathleen Van Bogart says, accidentally, no way. I agree, love. The second I said it, I was like, nope. And you say, accidentally, no way. There was something happening that night in the garage. I agree. I agree with you, Kathleen. What a beautiful lady, you guys. I mean, this is a really sweetheart. Go check out Once Upon a Crime Time with Tommy Jude, a wonderful channel. Cheryl Barbane says, speaking of money, why have not one of the parents offered a reward for Sebastian's safe return? I offered a reward for my dog when she went missing. Boom. Anna Orlando says, I remember when my kids would hide in the clothes rack in Macy's and the heart drops. You freak out, ready to cry. Then they come out and OMG. No tears from Katie once. I'd be hysterical, crying. I agree. I would be too. Debbie says, if that was my son, I would be grateful for any creator that wanted to help find my son. Y'all, if one of my kids goes missing, I will pay you money. I, as the mother, will pay you money to talk about my child and get their face out there. Now, I don't know what kind of money I'll have, but whatever I got, I'll give it to y'all, okay? And that's till my dying day, and it don't matter if my kid's 50 years old. I will pay you. The Canadian cat lady says, easy 25 grand he made for doing nothing. Someone really needs to call him out on this money. Yeah, a lot of people are feeling that way. Anna also says, did he have to sleep in the garage? And he passed from the cold. Y'all, that house is darked out, pitch black. The only night it was ever pitch black. We know this. Chris is on there with Nancy Grace. It's never pitch black. It's always, I'm paraphrasing, but we've always got the floodlights on. It's always there. 2 garage lights always on. And Katie's over here. No, no, they weren't on that night. No, all I had was my little garden lights. Yeah, it was pitch black. We got Seth saying it was pitch black. You could only see a flashlight at night with the garbage. I'm telling you, that pitch black, it screams premeditation to me personally. To the best of my knowledge, that's what I feel. Nursey Ken says, Chris and Katie have made no money. It's been Seth. Joyful Dolphin, Mama Dee's don't need money to talk about your child. I will help you find your child. I don't need money. Okay, I love you. I love you, Joyful. I love you, baby. What's next? Hello, welcome to 1111 True Crime. You said, Katie said he came in for snacks sometimes. Yeah. Jennyville, 100% pitch black. Alicia RN says, exactly. I'd be paying you to talk about my child, not asking you to pay me for talking about my son. WTF, he's got a life all screwed up. He is an entitled narcissist, in my opinion. Teresa Wood said Katie was trained for blackouts in the military. Most likely that is true. I mean, even my dad in the Navy was trained for blackout stuff. And that was because he was going to be in the cockpit of little airplane. He hauled those that were deceased back to family. So he flew them. Not in the war or anything, just in the Navy. And in Orlando, Katie, Chris left the house the next day. What if Sebastian came home? Good question. Jennifer Swain says, my brain is going to the dark side. Sweet Sebastian was a throwaway sacrifice in a horrid scene, my lord. He was a chess piece. Shame, 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 in my opinion. Y'all, I'm going to bring something up. I want you to think about it for a minute. Vivian P. says the light in Sebastian's room did go on and off, according to the neighbor. Okay, y'all go ahead, keep typing and chatting. I'm going to take you somewhere for a minute. Do you remember when I flipped my wig and I was like, what if Sebastian was in some care facility? And y'all were like, a lot of people were like, no, 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 because it would take both parents' signature. How do we know they didn't do something like that? Like all get together and be like, let's move him to wherever legally, like all parents on board, check him into a specialty school of some kind, out of the country. Legit, out of the country. I'm just going to leave it at that. What if all parents knew? And what if this was some sort of a scam? And what if that little facility out of the country has no damn clue? I know it could be a far stretch. I'm just saying. Mr. If says, wow. I don't know what that's about, but thank you. And Orlando says, but the food was locked up. What kind of house was that? Sick. I got in an argument with I dated this one gentleman, and he decided, he made a rule, and he did live here. He made a rule that he didn't want my kids in the kitchen after 8 p.m. for any reason. Like no snack, no water, nothing. Y'all, that rule, I went to bat. I was like, no. And I didn't usually have a problem with rules if they had a good point, like they made sense. But he wasn't the one that cleaned the kitchen. I was. I bought the groceries. These were my children. And that's how that conversation got cleared up real quick. When you start doing the dishes and cleaning up after their mess, when you start buying all the food for the kids, when you're in charge of all of everything they do, that's different. JC says, why is he not cease and desist TL? Sometimes, or seems so petty how he's picking personal beefs with people. It is weird, isn't it? Vivian P says CP said there was no lock on fridge, but we know he's not crystal clear. Nah, he's like a bucket of mud. Karma is a bitch, just my opinion. Katie is hiding him from the men in his life. I mean, anything's possible. Seriously. Everything's on the board I have a question. I have a big question. You know how like late at night when we've been in it for a while and my head just boom. Okay, y'all. I'm going to ask you again, but this time I'm followed up with a follow-up question I'm just going to leave you think on it. It's my big boom for the night, all right? I asked y'all. I want you to give me a 1, if you've seen the footage of Seth on camera at work. Now, are you ready for the follow-up? Because I know there's a lag, so make sure. Give me a 1 if you saw the footage, and give me a 0 if you didn't. If you didn't see the footage of Seth at work, because I've never seen it, how do we know? TBI never said that. Nobody has backed Seth but Seth. Seth is the only one that I know of that has ever said he was on camera at work. Now that you're ready for this. Yep, there's a bunch of zeros. Absolutely not. Right. Okay, if Seth was on camera at work, wouldn't TBI be able to clear him? But right now, TBI and Sumner County have not cleared anyone. No one. So why, if Seth is on camera at work, is he not cleared? Oh, our video stopped. Hold on. Let's get it back on there. How long have we been? Oh, we have been on here a little while. Sorry. Yeah, nobody ever saw it. Liz Boone said that's exactly what I've suspected from the start due to CPS case closing in on both parents in accusations of Sebastian allegedly doing essay upon Chris Proudfoot's daughter. In my opinion, he was taken to Alaska. Lisa Boone, you could be right. Alicia RN, SHIT, I would have told him, well, sweetheart, you can't be up after 8 p.m. Anna Orlando, he worked in the jail. He'd be on camera all shift. Okay, yeah. But did you get anything showing he was at work? Do we have anything to prove he was at work that night? I'm just saying. He wants to talk all smack because he was on camera. Why didn't TBI clear him then if he's on camera? Why would they be suspicious of a father that's on camera? That's not true. No, no, nay, nay. Nursey Kins, because they don't clear anyone until there is an arrest. Incorrect. Nope. I'd hope for. We had a list a mile long of who was cleared, including the alleged hoodie guy that walked the girls home. Uh huh. The ex boyfriend was cleared. We had nobody arrested. Glenda, a lot of people suspect Alaska. You're asking why Alaska? A lot of people suspect Alaska because the grandparents allegedly, well, that's what CP said, was after Sebastian went missing, they went up to Alaska. Debbie Clark says that brings the crane operator who punched in by 15 a.m. but did not start till 7 a.m. works Monday through Friday. Good question. Vivian says the Dirty Socks left for Alaska 4 days after Sebastian went missing, Glenda. That's my point, Miss None Your Business. No video proving he was at work. All we have is that he's a suspect. That everybody's a suspect. And no receipt that you were at work. We don't know what nights he works. The Canadian cat lady says nobody has come out and said that they have him on camera all night long. Those were his words, that he was at work. Exactly. Why are we to believe a suspect that now is sending out cease and desist letters? Good question, Glenda. There are rumors all over the place. I think it was a combination. CP says no, they didn't fly their private plane. But a lot of rumors are that the Dirty Socks did fly their personal plane. And CP got all nasty about that and seemed triggered. However, if you go look at the websites that he was looking at before Sebastian went missing, it is about private planes and stuff. Just saying. Lisa Boone says doesn't matter if Seth or Chris were confirmed to be at work. They could have hired, excellent point, someone to go pick up Sebastian or a family member to it and deliver him to institution out of state. OMG. Lisa, you made me think of something. Sorry I yelled. OMG. What if Grandma Rogers, okay? She already has said that Sebastian told her some stuff. What if she tried to do something to protect Sebastian to hide him? What if? What if? I'm just asking questions. Janine says, oh, and he passed a lie detector also and was at work, still no clearance. Exactly. The Canadian cat lady says, 1111 True Crime, a lot of people go to Alaska to disappear, just saying. Vivian says they drove to Alaska. Oh, and I thought of something about medication. Let me tell you something. One time this lady at work, she was very not so smart, all right? And she asked me how she could be pregnant if she took all her birth control pills. And I told her, I said to her, well, they're not 100% guarantee you can be pregnant. Did you quit taking them when you found out you were pregnant? Did you go to your doctor? And she's like, well, I had forgotten to take them for a whole month, so I had to take them all at once. And I got pregnant. And I was like, okay, wait a minute. You took 22 pills all at once? And she's like, yeah, because I forgot to take them for the month. So my point being, even though that's absolutely crazy and blew my mind, I got to thinking about this. If they wanted to, let's just say, OD, okay, and not be missing any pills, They could have held his pills for X amount of time frame till they had the amount that they needed to premeditate this happening, and then given them to him all at once. Just saying. And then his pills would count out exactly right. Jenny Bell says he also fell asleep during the lie detection test. Yeah, that's interesting. Kung Fu Panda. Can a minor be held in an institution not report to any state agency? Wouldn't he be immediately matched with missing persons report? Yes, if it is a United States one. hmm But see, we're thinking it could be out of the country. Pamela says maybe he's in Germany where CP got his dog from. Thinking he'd be home by now if this case didn't get so big. He would have already reappeared after running away. He can't reappear now, says LA. Jennifer Swain says look at cell phone and GPS from car. Y'all, really? Well, we don't know what vehicle they took to drive there. It's never been discussed what vehicle, if they leased a vehicle or anything to go to um, Alaska. Vivian says, oh my gosh, she shouldn't have a child if she's that dim. For real. For real, I was worried. Debbie Clark says, Ruggy, oh my gosh, what woman would do that? No, I'm not kidding. That's literally what she told me. LA says, all threes are suspicious to me. They say it's a liar's number. I learned that after watching Deceptive Detective, and I questioned it because you guys were telling me that's what he said. And I'm like, why would three be that? And then I've seen it a lot since then. So you're right. Lisa Boone says, yes, Mama, one of the grandmas, and it's not unheard of for parents, family members to hide their children right before CPS show back up for house calls, especially if he had been accused of SA. Wow, I read between your lines. Annie Jean says nobody is cleared, including Granny Rogers. So yes, you could have a good point there, Mama D. Carrie Starr says Canada is on the way to Alaska. Basically heard they drove to Oregon or to Washington and then took a plane. Lisa Boone says I'd wager that if he is safe in Canada in a home, both parents planned it. Hold on just a minute, y'all. Wow, Mama D about the meds. I know, right? Well, I say coworker, but she had some disabilities, I will tell you. And she would come in and do, I think it was Greenleaf, it was called the program. But anyway, um, I didn't even know how to respond. I had no idea how to respond to her because I was very concerned about her health. I was worried about the baby. That's why I was like, did you go to the doctor? Did you tell them you did this? But the baby was fine, you guys. Baby was fine. Alicia RN thinking about this. Seth works with prisoners, right? Who's to say he hasn't hired one of the prisoners being released to do his dirty work? I mean, correction officers can be crooked. Not only correction officers. Listen to this. I'm all about JLR tonight. JLR also released from Waupun. That's how you say that. Waupun Correctional Facility is actually right in Wisconsin, and I know exactly where that place is. And it's the big dude that runs a prison. The warden is being investigated for four MURDERSs. Mm-hmm. And Orlando says, same story with CPS like Summer. Poof, gone from a locked house, then a script to read. Yeah, It was like, and then we planted flowers. That was Summers. And then I keep hearing in Katie's voice, it was colossal popcorn. Vivian P says, oh, yes, the warden. Yep, being investigated. And what's weird, you guys, Stephen Avery was in Waupun, right? And we were worried, sick about him, because I thought they were going to try and take him out. Well, it's not just the warden. There's a whole bunch of them in trouble there, all being investigated. LA says it's all about the timing. Court dates right before he went missing. You have an excellent, excellent point. The Canadian cat lady says then whoever did it would be blackmailing Seth, and then he'd need that money to pay them to keep quiet. Huh. I heard a rumor that Caleb Harris's family doesn't want um, Tony, the not so great TikToker, on the case anymore. And Orlando says, sure, sure. Okay, I'm trying to figure out how to say that. Okay, who do you think brings in drugs and cell phones for inmates? That's a good question. You know who we talking about. None your business. Hello, lovely again. You say this. There was a woman on here somewhere that her own mother brought her to an orphanage. Yeah, she called us and left her there, and it was in the U.S., and it wasn't found out until her late teens. That is true. That lady called us. I remember that call, and that's still, she could write a book for real. She was 18, I believe, at graduation when her father was allowed to see her and stuff. It was a weird situation. It was so sad, heartbreaking. Cheryl Barbane says they could have very small saved up on on his pills and gave him them all at once. That's what I'm saying. It's possible. The crypto zoo, you can make money off missing child and no money to be made on a found child. Well, that's horrifying. That's horrifying. Colossal popcorn. Ooh, Annie Jean, you have the question of the night. You have the absolute question of the night. But I'm gonna ask you this: why would Seth need the door code? Why would Seth need the door code? Because Sebastian would go to his dad, right? But your question is, did Seth know the key code to the door? All right, my lovely Luz, this is where we're going to leave it tonight. I just want to say, ain't nobody going to tell us to shut our mouths. We have freedom of speech, First Amendment right. And with that, you know, there's not much more I can say about it tonight. I just wanted to get it out there. I do want to look into the case about the 2-year-old that might be being taken off to Mexico. And I'm looking kind of curious. Is this a case where one parent is trying to protect the child? I even heard the cops say, the law enforcement say, they do not believe he would harm his own daughter. So, and the woman, the fiance, she seems to have her stuff figured out. I'm just saying, if it turns out that he's a good dad, what the heck is really going on in that case? Valentina Dallas is going to say this real quick, and then I'm going to get out of here. I hate I hate drama, but one thing I must clear up. Van Life, aka Open Mind Perspective, has oh, stop. I no, take that out. How do I do it? I can't do it. You guys are gonna have to do it. I don't want to hear anything negative about people. We only talk about good creators here, and if they can't, if they're not somebody that is going to be good, then they can go do their own thing on their own time. I don't want to give them no mind. Lisa Boone. All right. All right, lovelies. Let's get off the screen. Let's get over to our movie time. We don't need our movie. Do we? You guys do? You want? Let me see. Do I have Sebastian little thing? Hold on. Let me go get something. Yeah, I got it. Let's switch this out. All right, my lovelies. I love you so. Okay. I had to time somebody out at the very last minute. That sucks. I love you guys so incredibly much. I love you to the moon and back. God bless you all. And I'll be back with you very, very soon.
You can tell yourself and all our friends I was wrong and you were right. But your sins that happened in the dark will come out in the light. I'm not gonna waste my breath, I won't put up a fight. 'Cause the days are gonna whisper and the months are gonna talk until the years yell out the truth. Time will tell, time will tell on you. When a train whistles far away, and when the cold wind blows, when the lightning in your eyes reveals the darkness in your soul, the world will be reminded of what it already knows. 'Cause the days are gonna whisper and the months are gonna talk until the years yell out the truth. Time will tell, time will tell on you. No one may ever say a thing, but surely as the seasons change, you feel like every finger points at you 'cause you're to blame. And the days are gonna whisper and the months are gonna talk until the years yell out the truth. And time will tell, time will tell on you. It's gonna tell on you.